Hi guys, Splash and Crash here, back with another video. Yeah, so we're going to be doing a tier list video today. I was going to do a full power rankings, but it's already the first day of the preseason. I want to get this out before the preseason, and I think that would take more than one day to make. I also have like my end of term test today, so like I don't have time to just spend all my time working on a power rankings video. So yeah. I decided to quickly do a tier list. So, yeah, first we have the 76ers. And, so the way I look at it is S is a surefire contender, A is borderline contender, B is a playoff team, C is like a fringe playoff team. Oh, wait, no, so S is, let me rephrase it. So S is contender, A is like playoff lock, B is fringe playoff team, C is okay team that could potentially like 10th and 9th seed, so like play-in teams, and D is just horrible teams. So yeah, let's start off with Sixers in A, as they are playoff locks. Yeah, so like if we're talking pure talent, yes, they got worse, but like I think the fit is just gonna be so much better this next year. And like I don't think they're true contenders, but I think they are pretty close to it, and I think that they are probably going to be a top 3 seed in the East. Next we have the Wizards, who I think they're fringe playoff teams. They're a fringe playoff team, so they're going to be between like a 7th seed, a 10th seed, so I think they're going to make the play-in, but I don't think they're playoff locks. Same thing with the Hawks. Yeah, both those teams got better. Like, I know Westbrook has had a ton of controversy, but he is definitely still a better player than John Wall. And the Wizards added like Denny Avdija, who could be really good. They locked up Davis Bertans. As for the Hawks, they had the best offseason in the league, or arguably the best offseason. As they had a ton of improvement, adding a ton of pieces like Gallinari, Bogdanovic, Rondo, Chris Dunn, Onyeka Okongwu. So yeah. Next we have Cleveland, who it's between like one of the worst teams in the league and C. I think I'm going with one of the worst teams in the league. Like I think they're going to be horrible in it this next year. Like I mean they have some talent, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. They have the Pistons, obviously D tier, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. This next draft is going to be really good. A lot of those signings were not about playing those players. I'm pretty sure they signed a lot of them to trade them later at the trade deadline. Yeah, Pacers. I do not think they're playoff locks anymore. I think they can miss the playoffs, so I have them in B tier, not A tier. Milwaukee Bucks. Just like every year, they are S tier, but I'm losing confidence in the team. Like, I know they brought in Jrue Holiday, but that Bogdanovic situation was just so bad for them. And Giannis hasn't committed. And yeah, Raptors definitely playoff locks. Pretty much the same as last year. Like, they got worse again, but they just... I have a feeling that Chris Boucher is going to step up to replace Marc Gasol. Like, whenever they lose a player, like a bench warmer or like a backup just steps up and plays up. Like, we saw that when Kawhi left, and now they lost Marc Gasol and Serge Ibaka, but they added Aaron Baines, and Chris Boucher is probably going to be way better. Denver Nuggets, playoff lock or contender. I'm going to have them as a playoff lock. I might move them up to contender, but it's going to be like the front of the playoff locks, because I just need, I don't know, think, you know what, like, they lost Jeremy Grant and Mason Plumlee, which, I know Mason Plumlee is not a huge loss, but Jeremy Grant is a pretty big one. He was really good, but Michael Porter Jr. is probably going to take a jump, so, you know what, I'll move them up into contender. Yeah, we'll put them in the contender spot. Memphis Grizzlies, they are a fringe playoff team. Yeah, Minnesota Timberwolves, I don't think they're making playoffs, so I have them in C tier. I don't think they're even going to be a play. I don't really know. You know what? I'll move them up to D tier. Spurs, they have to be D tier. Utah. Okay, so you know what? I think actually A tier will be borderline contenders. B tier will be like probably in the playoffs, and then C tier will be the fringe playoff teams, and D tier is definitely not making it. So yeah, so let's do it like that. The Hawks will move down, the Wizards will move down, and then yeah, I think the Nuggets are borderline contenders. Raptors there, Pacers there. Jazz, yeah, like they are pretty much playoff locks at this point. Or like they're probably gonna make the playoffs, so we'll have them in that spot. Suns, yeah, we'll have the Suns in C tier. Blazers, yeah, I think they're probably making playoffs. Kings, I think they have a chance of them there. Mavs, I think are borderline contenders at this point. Knicks definitely not making it. Pelicans in C tier. Hornets, this one's interesting. I think they got, like they improved enough to move into C tier. They surprised us last year. They're better than we thought they would be, and I think they're going to do that again this year. And now they have a bit of expectations. I think they will, like they could exceed them again. Miami Heat, I don't think they are contenders anymore, but I think they are borderline contenders. Like, it's not that they got worse, it's just the league got better. And I think a lot of the playoff run was very situational. Bulls, I think the coaching change is going to help them a lot. They're going to improve. So I'll have them in C tier, but like at the end of C tier. Brooklyn Nets, I think you have to have them in S tier. Oklahoma City Thunder, I think they're definitely not making playoffs. Like, the only way is if they sneak into the play-in. Warriors, I think they're still pretty much, like, borderline playoff locks. Magic will have a C tier, and then we're left with Celtics and Lakers. Celtics are A tier. Like, yes, they lost Gordon Hayward, but they basically didn't have him for the entire playoff run last year, and they still made conference finals. And then Lakers are A tier. So yeah, I think I'm pretty content with this list. So for S tier we have Bucks, Clippers, Nets, Lakers. For A tier we have Sixers, Nuggets, Mavericks, Heat, Celtics. For B tier we have Jazz, Raptors, Portland, Rockets, and Houston. I might move down Utah, but like I believe in Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert, and Bogdanovich is the third best player on this team. I think Mike Conley might have a bit of a bounce back. I don't really know though. That's like a huge. He's probably gonna be an X factor for this team. I really like Jordan Clarkson. We just need to see who's gonna step up at that 3 spot. Is it gonna be like, are they gonna move Jordan Clarkson to the 3 and run a 3-guard lineup? Or is like Joe Ingles, is he going to, because Joe Ingles, he didn't have a great year last year, but is Joe Ingles going to bounce back a bit? Is it going to be Royce O'Neal? Is Georges Niang going to move in at power forward, and is Bogdanovich going to slide down to small forward? There's just a bit of uncertainty with Utah, but I think for now I'm content with having them in B tier. Yeah, and then for C tier we have Timberwolves, Grizzlies, Hawks, Wizards, Pacers, Suns, Kings, Pelicans, Hornets, Bulls, and Magic. So Kings, Hornets, and Bulls are like the only teams that I'm a bit iffy on. Like, Bulls are probably the biggest, like the most suspect team in C tier, considering how bad they were last year. But like, I think they still could be. I think they still have like a chance and making playoffs, especially with the coaching change. We could, like, Lauri Markkanen, everyone's predicting him to have a bounce back. Kobe White is, like, maybe he's going to improve. Maybe that was just the Josh Jackson effect, which, if you don't know what that is, essentially it's just like young players. A lot of them take big jumps at the end of the year, because, like, it's just the teams are not trying as much. They're resting their stars. Young players are they're just getting more minutes, and they're playing worse competition. Sporting Logically, who is a pretty big YouTuber in the NBA community, he invented that term. And like Kobe White, it could be that, but he was just so good that, like, even if his stats were a bit inflated, I don't think they were super inflated. So I think he will take a jump. Orlando Magic, they've been good. They don't have Jonathan Isaac, which is a bit scary, but I think they're still going to be like a decent team, because, like, even before Jonathan Isaac broke out, they were still like a playoff team, a borderline playoff team, like at that level. So I think they are going to stay there. Hopefully, they trade Vucevic, maybe even Aaron Gordon, to give a chance to Mo Bamba, and, like, hopefully move Jonathan Isaac to the 4. I mean, like, unless Aaron Gordon, like, finally breaks out. But yeah, I think they definitely need to trade Vucevic. Their point guard situation's a bit odd. Like, I get them taking Cole Anthony, but Markelle Fultz has been good, so I thought they were gonna just build around him as their point guard. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't. Maybe Cole Anthony's gonna be like a sixth man type guy, kind of like Lou Williams or Jamal Crawford. I don't really know what they're gonna do with him. And on to D tier, we have Cavs, Pistons, Knicks, Spurs, and Thunder. Spurs really need to start blowing it up. Like, LaMarcus Aldridge and DeMar DeRozan are both leaving in free agency. They have 1 year to fix all their problems. They need to, they have until the trade deadline, or they're going to lose DeMar DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge for nothing. I mean, they didn't really give up anything for LaMarcus Aldridge, but they gave up Kawhi Leonard for DeMar DeRozan, so they at least need to get some value back for DeMar DeRozan. But yeah, and OKC, yes, they are probably going to be one of the worst teams in the league, but that's really not going to affect them at all. Shea gets to have a year to, like, just lead the team by himself. They're going to have a really good pick and a really good draft. And obviously they have 20-plus draft picks in the next 7 years, so I think they'll be fine. But yeah, that's it for the video. So be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, check out my other videos. I've uploaded a few very long ones very recently, and I've put a lot of effort into them. I'm trying to get a PS5, but it's just been really hard, as some of you may know. I was originally going to get Xbox, but because all my friends were getting it, but PS5, it just has better games, and especially for Madden and 2K rosters, which I'm going to play a ton of Madden and 2K. Like, the draft classes are better, the rosters are better, and just people upload more content on that. So because of that, I'm most likely going for a PS5, but I know that's definitely going to be harder to get since it's definitely the most popular out of both consoles. So yeah, that's it. So bye.